Welcome to the Folktale Project. This is Dan Scholes. This week we're reading 3 new stories from Turkey. And this story is, well, it's an interesting tale about a caliph. And I've read a number of stories like this, and this one really does have justice finally being served in a way that most don't. And this one I enjoy just for that reason. This is the Caliph Omar. The Caliph Omar, one of the first caliphs after the Prophet, is deeply venerated to this day, and is continually quoted as a lover of truth and justice. Often, in the face of appalling evidence, he refrained from judgment, thus liberating the innocent and punishing the guilty. The following is given as an example of his perseverance in fathoming a murder. At the feast of the Passover, a certain Jew of Baghdad had sacrificed his sheep, and was offering up his prayers, when suddenly a dog came in, and snatching up the sheep's head, ran off with it. The Jew pursued in hot haste, in his excitement still carrying the bloody knife and wearing his besmeared apron. The dog, carrying the sheep's head, rushed into an open doorway, followed closely by the Jew. The Jew in his hurried pursuit fell over the body of what proved to be a murdered man. The murder was laid against the Jew, and witnesses swore that they had seen him coming out of the house covered with blood, and in his hand a bloody dagger. The Jew was arrested and tried, but with covered head he swore by his forefathers and children that he was innocent. Omar would not condemn him, as none of the witnesses had seen the Jew do the deed, and until further evidence had been given to prove his guilt, the case was adjourned. Spies and detectives, unknown to anybody, were put to track the murderers. And after a time, they were discovered, condemned, put to death, and the Jew liberated. And that is the Caliph Omar. And, there is some solid circumstantial evidence here. If you didn't know the entire story about Passover, then you might be inclined to believe it. But the Caliph is a wise man, and withheld his judgment and adjourned the case, and eventually truth, justice, and rightness was served. This is Dan Scholes for the Folktale Project. Don't forget that you can subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, Overcast, anywhere you like to get your podcasts. You can follow us on Twitter at Folktale Project. You can find us on Auto Radio, TuneIn Radio, iHeartRadio, Spotify, anywhere you like to listen. And you can always head over to folktaleproject.com, where you'll find a new story waiting for you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. As always, thank you so much for listening.